All right, welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show, about 24 minutes after the hour. And this new year brings a lot of opportunity, hopefully, for all of us. We have Bill Humbert in studio from the RecruiterGuy.com to tell us about maybe what we have in store this year for some of the job opportunities, some of the changes from 11 to 2012. And I just saw your blog last night about some of the ideas and maybe some of the predictions you have for this coming year.
Yes, for the past 10 years, Dane, I've published the Recruiter Guy's 2000 whatever, and this time it's 2012 job growth prediction. And so what I do is I use the Recruiter Barometer. And the Recruiter Barometer is look to see how many recruiters are being hired in companies either on a temporary basis or a full-time basis. And that's a great barometer because that's not just one hire. They don't hire a recruiter for them. They hire a recruiter to hire multiple positions. So I call it a job multiplier.
Okay.
And prior to a recession, you start seeing recruiters either getting laid off or contracts ended, and you can tell the economy is starting to slow down. When we start clawing our way out of the recession, then you start to see companies start to hire recruiters. And 2011 was kind of mixed. There was some spikes where there was some hiring of recruiters, and then everything kind of settled down to last quarter. However, I think that we're going to see probably a lot of companies doing some pretty aggressive hiring January of 2012, so this month. And then I'm going to say that we'll probably put the brakes on for a month or two.
To kind of watch.
To see what's happening.
Right.
You know, the government's taking an awful lot of money out of the economy right now, and money doesn't come out of walls or trees. And so as a result, companies are being pretty cautious about their growth coming out of this.
Well, and you know, like you said, at the end of 2011, there were a lot of cutbacks, a lot of layoffs that were still happening in fourth quarter. And it seems to me that the pendulum swung a little bit too far to one side, and it's going to come back a little bit. So they maybe cut too deep, and now they're realizing, all right, we really do need to add some more personnel. And with all of the troops coming back in the next, you know, they've already started coming back and continue to come back in the next, 15 to 30 days, we're going to see an influx of people looking for jobs as well. So it's good news, bad news.
Right, right. And part of the problem with our way of measuring the people out of work, the unemployed, is when you drop off of unemployment, you're no longer counted as looking for work. And so there's a lot more people who are actually out there looking for work who aren't being counted.
You might call them the underemployed.
Well, you even call them unemployed. The underemployed are the ones that say, I'll take this job because I need a job.
Right, the survival job.
Right, right. The problem with that for those folks is that getting that job, because companies have been kind of bitten so many times by people, I'll stay here, I promise, and then they get the big raise to go somewhere else, and they're gone.
Well, and that's part of the supply and demand theory, that if you find people you like, you've got to keep them happy and you want to keep them around. So in a nutshell, you're saying first quarter, pretty good opportunity, and then it might slow down
towards the end of the quarter.
Okay.
Second quarter, I think we'll probably see some real growth in job creation. Because in the second quarter, you're starting to head into summer. You'll see the college interns being hired.
True.
You'll see, hopefully, construction will start to make an improvement, and if that's the case, then you'll see those seasonal hires. And the companies will have figured out, did we go to the right point in our hiring in the first quarter, or do we need to hire some new people? And I think what will happen is you're going to start seeing baby boomers now seriously begin to retire.
Let me ask you this. Going into our new year, every couple of years we see some new technology and maybe some new techniques to help people find jobs. I mean, the social networking obviously took off a couple of years ago with LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and all the other spin-offs. Do you see anything on the horizon in 2012 that you would suggest that if you are looking for a job, or maybe to improve on your career, some of the new techniques or some of the buzz, I guess, recruiting tools that are being used right now that we could maybe start working on?
Sure. Well, Dane, the problem with the technology is the technology starts removing people from people.
Good point, yeah.
And so the technology is great for research. Find out who's looking for people, and then network your way in. You know that's my mantra.
So you come back to face-to-face, call them on the phone, make sure you've got a personal contact, not just an electronic contact.
Exactly. Recruiting is sales, job search is sales.
Yeah, that's a
and
good
so
point.
it always gets back to that person-to-person contact, and then who do you know can help me?
So what you're saying is kind of come back to the basics. It's all about relationships.
It is. We're getting ready to now go into preparing for the Super Bowl. Who's the Super Bowl team? The one that does the fundamentals well. You can't do an end around until you know how to block.
Right. Well,
So
and the one
it's-
that makes the most points overall at the end of the game
Right.
usually wins.
Exactly.
You've got some great points, and if somebody wants to find out more, maybe read about some of your philosophies, or maybe have a personal contact with you, Bill. Give everyone the best way to contact you to find out more.
Well, I'm at RecruiterGuy.com.
Okay.
And so I'm actually currently updating my website, getting rid of the broken links and adding links. And so www.recruiterguy.com. And then, of course, my book, Recruiter Guy's Guide to Finding a Job.
Very good.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks, Dane.
All right. Well, listen, Bill, thanks for coming in, man.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. I hope that 2012 is successful for all of us.
Yes, please.
It's nice to see the pendulum starting to move back the other way.
Yep.
So remember that website, RecruiterGuy.com, if you're looking for a job or maybe want to improve your position, your employment, and get better at what you do. All right, we're going to be coming right back with the Mountain Morning Show right after this. Stay close.